So you guys have already seen me doing an exercise of which I'm getting Seif into her carrier. I really prefer a carrier with a smaller dog while traveling because it's just very easy for me to throw over my shoulder and use in my everyday life. But we're going to now be working with Jeff and his dog Sunny on getting into a crate with a bit of a larger dog. The principles are exactly the same, but you're just going to see me and Jeff running Sunny through this exercise to make sure that he can get in his crate even from a distance. So Jeff is starting very close here, and he's getting Sunny in and out of the crate, and then marking the behavior as correct and releasing him. We're going to systematically start adding a little bit more distance each time we start practicing this. He's paying Sunny at this point for the duration type reward of staying in the crate itself so that he doesn't consistently think he can just burst through the kennel door whenever he chooses. Yeah, if you want to move a little bit further away and give him his command. Go to jail. Great. So Sunny got a little confused halfway. Jeff helped him with his body language, then marked the behavior as correct and rewarded him. Go to jail. As you can see, Sunny was hanging out of the crate a little bit, so Jeff has started to feed him further back in the kennel through some of the bars at the top to keep Sunny inside the crate rather than hanging out and anticipating shooting out of the kennel. And if what you're finding is that your dog is coming out of the crate too readily without being released, you may need to utilize the good and duration reward to make sure he starts finding a lot more value in staying in the crate rather than trying to burst out every 10 seconds. Go to jail. So yeah, if you want to start shutting the door a little bit, and then you can reward, great. Good. I want you to try rewarding in the top of the crate as well with the door closed a little bit. Okay. Good. And by rewarding him through the top of the crate while the door is closed, he can start to find out that the door closing is not really a big deal, and it also keeps him from trying to push the door open. So if you're finding that your dog is trying to push the door out, continue to mark the behavior as good and use some duration rewards while he's in the crate and feed him a little bit further back. And to ensure that your dog doesn't think that the door shutting is simply locking them in there all the time, it's important that we allow the dog to recognize that closing the door can simply be another step in the process. So we close the door, pay the dog, close the door, pay the dog, and we can end up with a dog who has a really great attitude about getting in the crate.